Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. Hey, we got one of my favorite movies today, man. When Ricky got smoked crazy in Boyz in the Hood.
I was sad.
Bro, Boyz in the Hood is a like an iconic staple film in the black community. You know what I'm saying? I wonder, do the white community ever be like, that's an iconic staple in our community? I wonder what movies like in that community be like, if you white and you ain't seen this movie,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
What carve?
Because like in the black community, honestly, if you have never seen Boyz in the Hood, your black heart is revoked. That's one of the movies you see. You know what I'm saying?
You know something? I hate that because everyone was
the Hispanic community, they have movies like that.
That's not what I was about to say.
Blood In, Blood Out is one of their movies.
The black card being revoked. Because, you know, some people some parents didn't allow their kids to watch certain things. So
Boyz in the Hood is a movie, I think, because it had a lot of lessons in there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take it how you wanted to take it, but it's a lot of lessons in Boyz in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? Even his dad was trying to teach him, you know, on some real time. Like, so it's actually... it's a good movie, bro. It's a classic. It's a classic. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Some iconic faces is in it. You know. But hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, you gotta do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals,
like it with a thumbs up.
Hey man, let's hop into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
All right.
All right, let's get it.
So our movie starts off with these little kids walking, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Anytime you see a group of kids walking and they led by a kid that looks exactly like this one here, you know, mischievous little kid, hat backwards, he on some Dennis the Menace timing off rip. You know he's up to no good. Bro talking about,
y'all wanna see something?
and you know me, if I was in that group, obviously I've seen this time and time again. Anytime somebody in a movie like you want to see something, you should probably go the other way. But that's not how fiction works. So these kids oblige and they go with him to this mysterious alley to go see.
Now I ain't gonna hold you. As kids, somebody be like, y'all want to see something? We be like, yeah, what is it? Even if they say y'all want to see a dead body, you might be like, yeah.
Now, don't leave with that, because I'd be like,
nah,
just asking if you want to see
if your cousin, well, technically your little cousin, he is, came up to y'all and be like, y'all want to see a dead body? I was like, boy, what you know what that?
Tell me the one I grew up with?
Yeah.
Well,
are he younger than you?
He older than me.
He older than you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're older than me.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know he was a year older. But if he said
he was born 92.
If he said you gotta be sad.
I don't care.
No, I'm just saying we ain't gotta go into detail.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is if he had approached y'all, I'd be like, you want to see a dead body?
No, not messing with him because he was bad. No, I don't want none. You about to show me.
All right, the girl. I
don't want none they about to show me because she bad too.
You still would have went.
No.
Especially if y'all was at your grandma's house. You would be like, what y'all? Yeah, you would have.
Something. I'm going to keep it.
She would have.
This sounds like a setup for some sort of kidnapping Diddy shit. It could be a guy waiting for these kids in that alley with a van right now. But are they thinking about that? No. They just want to go see something. And what is this something they're talking about? It's a dead body. Well, not really a dead body, but what is the remains of a dead body? You can see, bro, guts, brains, and everything on the ground. Obviously, the kids are freaked out by this, but there's a kid in particular that's dressed up like Bill Cosby. This kid is Trey Styles, our main character. The kid that's pretty smart, with an even smarter mouth. Kind of kid you would get in a conversation with, and if he wasn't your little cousin or something, you'd probably smack him in the mouth for talking crazy. A know-it-all. Someone who obviously has two very educated parents who educated him well. And see, Trey likes to explain things. And in this instance, he explains to them that the blood that's separating from the plasma is why it's looking yellow. I'm gonna keep it a band. I thought it probably was just a homeless dude that lived down the street that might have walked over there and took a piss, but that's just me. Anyways, after this, we transitioned into the classroom setting. And I'm not gonna hold you. Once again, Trey knows too much. They're talking about the Native Americans, who obviously we don't call Native Americans anymore in the big 2025. We call them indigenous people, but they refer to them first as Indians and then correct themselves saying Native Americans, which is crazy when you think about it, because now we're even further correcting it from Native Americans to indigenous. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know if that's the correct way to refer to them as. I think that is. Hopefully I'm right. Let me know in the comment section. We're not gonna dwell on that. We don't do the politics here. However, they do in this classroom. But see, the homie Trey thought it would be funny to make fun of the fact that she said pilgrims calling them penguins, which led to him having to come to the front of the class to teach. And boy, oh boy, did he. Editor wrote a clip.
All right, does anybody know what the name of this place is? That's Africa. But did you know that Africa is the place where the body of the first man...
He got all that knowledge from his daddy. Cause that's his dad mindset.
...was found?
At this point, he's explaining to the class that this is Africa and they're all from there. I mean, every single person here is from Africa. That's what his father told him, that everyone derived from the black man in Africa. Bro with the hat in the front said, I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. Man, it's a fake Ice Cube, Easy E. You know what? I'm gonna take it easy on bro. But he is too West Coast. This leads to an argument between him and Trey. See, Trey feels like bro talking a lot, especially when he said he's not from Africa. Trey didn't like that. My daddy said you from Africa, so boy, you from there. That leads to them scrapping. Once Trey says that, at least I got a father, bro acting like Lil Rodney's son. Bro said I'm not from Africa, and Trey responded with, okay, but how does this bring your father back? Obviously, this fight leads to Trey getting suspended. He ends up going home and his mom's on the phone having a racist ass conversation with the white woman that was teaching him about how he's intelligent, but he has a very bad attitude. That's like white people's go-to with us. As soon as we do anything they don't like, they just tell us how we got a bad attitude. And I'm really tired of that. I mean, I'm half black, half white. So I've seen both sides of the coin. I've seen white people act like, and I've seen white people act like in general, but I've also seen black people get treated like for just being ourselves. Sometimes it's a lose-lose situation. And in this case, it didn't matter how intelligent Trey was. The teacher wasn't feeling that because she's white. The craziest part of this conversation is that during it, the teacher says this to his mom.
There's some problem in the home. Are you employed?
Now that's a crazy ass question to ask somebody. Do I have the education? Well, actually, I'm getting my master's degree. And the D stand for these hands, because I'm about to whoop your ass when I see you, cuz. How you gonna ask me if I'm educated? Like I'm not on this phone having a full-fledged adult conversation with you. Shorty told her that she was going for her master's and the white lady responded and was like, oh, what slave plantation? I ain't talking about that type of master. She then followed up by also being surprised when she told her that Trey wouldn't be going back to school because he's going to live with his father. Like, damn, you think that we just make the kids ourselves?
I ain't gonna hold you. It looked like he was in a better predicament with his mom than he was when he went to his dad. His dad was in the hood. Get it? Boys in the hood. Look like his mom's situation.
But maybe it's more so. She was like, yes, she understand it, but he need a male figure. He need his dad in his life. Right
he had his dad in his life. Cause that's the reason why he was a smart.
Home and really like coming up under.
Do you really need that though?
Huh?
I said, do you really need that? A black man could be successful.
No one said they couldn't.
No, I'm just saying.
I do feel like you do need that balance in the home.
But speaking from a young brother who grew up in a household without his father,
I feel like you need that balance.
Not necessarily. It doesn't take like.
Oh, let me.
I'll say this: I didn't grow up with the experience of having the father in the home, but I grew up with people who have had the father in the home, and sometimes they don't turn out better than the ones that didn't. So. I think some of us yearn to have the father in the home, but that like what type of father is inside the home? You get what I mean? Because if the father ain't providing like.
Okay, well, you need a healthy environment, a stable environment,
let me say this:
toxic environment.
No, let me say this. I've seen that too, and there's people still don't turn out good.
No one said they necessarily did. Like, it is case by case, but
Yeah.
I do, just because you didn't grow up without a father don't mean that you're going to be this horrible person. Just because maybe your mom didn't grow up in a home don't mean that you're going to be like, yeah, I get that, but I feel like, it don't matter. I don't care. I grew up single parent, so it is what it is.
Obviously, he has a dad. Assuming he didn't have an active father because he's black is crazy, but I digress. So she takes him to his dad. This is Furious, also known as Morpheus from The Matrix. I know Lawrence Fishburne looks really young here, but that's because Boyz in the Hood was made very, very early. That movie came out in 1991, 4 years before I was born. Yes, I am almost 30. Turning 30 this year, y'all. I
ain't no Boyz in the Hood came out there.
91?
I did not know that. Did you?
Yeah, around that time. Because I'm trying to think, because I know. I mean, yeah, it would.
Ooh.
Yeah, because if you think about like the other ones, because I be trying to think about like some of the other ones. Okay, like, anyway.
No, I'm saying like which one?
I was rolling them darn eyeballs.
I'm saying which one? Damn, get out your feelings.
Just all of the ones we grew up. I'm not in my. Okay, you about to piss me off. It's close to that time. You about to make me mad.
I'm saying which ones you talking about?
Because I was thinking about all the ones that we grew up like. And
I had something to piggyback off of because I know you can't remember because that's why you keep saying
Yeah, I'm just thinking like I don't remember like the. Like movies we just grew up watching, like Love and Basketball, The Wood.
How you go from Boyz to the? I thought you were gonna refer to something else though.
No, I'm just thinking of all the movies I grew up watching, and I'm trying to think of like.
I thought you were gonna refer to Menace to Society.
I just said Menace to Society.
I swear.
I said Love and Basketball, The Wood. I said Menace to Society. I just said that.
You could throw in Friday in there.
Okay, Friday. Throw it in there. Throw it. You about to make me mad.
Girl, you always mad. I don't make you. 24/7, she mad, y'all.
No, I'm not. I be happy most of the time.
She don't. She never happy, man.
I do be happy.
But I'm finna say which like hood style movies is like so iconic.
Let's see what time.
Because you can throw The Wood in there though. You can't throw The Wood because you know what I'm saying. Still had the representation of the gang violence and all that stuff too. You know what I'm saying. But which one, you know what I'm saying, like the best one?
Well, that came out in 99.
Which one? Friday?
The Wood.
Oh, The Wood did come out in 90.
Friday came out in 95.
Friday came out in 95?
Mm-hmm,
I thought Friday was later.
And Love and Basketball came out in 2000.
Oh, so why you throwing Love and Basketball
I have no clue. Because it felt like I was watching it. But I did used to watch it.
It's all part of the childhood.
It's still part of the childhood. So,
when Menace to Society come out?
Let me look up Menace. 93.
Now, so Menace to Society and Boyz in the Hood
fall up in that same.
You know what I'm saying?
That was 2 years later.
Yeah.
After this, yeah.
Yeah.
old in the eyes of someone that's 12, but that's besides the point. Now, his dad's having a conversation with Trey's mom. While he's doing that, he talks with his friends. This little kid right here with the locks in his hair, little nappy black dude, that's Dookie. The fat kid, that's Doughboy. And this guy right here with the jersey on, that's Ricky! Now, I know right now you probably have no idea the context behind me saying that. I'll give you a hint though. Somebody spun the block on Ricky at some point and he ended up like Curtis Jackson, who in the streets is known as 50 Cent. I know you're probably like, Sin, why are you oversimplifying this movie and explaining all the black culture? Well, it's because a lot of people that are gonna watch this are white, and they probably have no idea what half of this means. I gotta explain it for the Caucasians in the back. I see you there, Tom, and you, Henry. You probably somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Iowa right now, or you're in Ohio. You might be in the streets. White people poor too sometimes. Either way, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe, or you're all right. My fault. Anyways, Furious ends up talking with his mom, and his mom is expressing that she has gratitude for him taking him, but to take care of the baby. And bro says, that's my baby too. Like, shorty, we procreated together. That ain't just yours. That's my semen that made that. Now he has his son Trey rake up all the leaves. Guess this is some sort of punishment. Well, I thought it was at first, but then I realized the other kid just didn't want to do it for the $5, and his dad probably didn't feel like doing that either. I mean, hey, why do it yourself when you got little minions running around? You know, somebody that you can control for 18 years of their life, mold them how you want to, make them do chores that you don't feel like doing for no pay. pretty much slavery, but you know, that's besides the point. After Trey finishes raking the leaves, he ends up going in the house and he runs down the house rules with his dad. Basically, as long as he cleans up and does all the chores like I just aforementioned a minute ago, everything is going to be all right. Except for when they go to sleep and somebody comes in to rob them. Yep, first night here and this man Trey is witnessing what it means to be in the streets. Seems like he wasn't in the best neighborhood with his mom, but probably was a little bit better than where he's at now. Because someone just randomly walked in the middle of their house in the middle.
And that's what I'm saying. Even though he was with his mom, it looks like it was a better neighborhood than what the dad was in.
Yeah, and probably...
So which neighborhood would you want to have grown up in? Like, be real.
You know something? I hate these questions.
Some hoods better than the other.
Yeah, I do. You know something? I hate these questions. Like,
but it's the truth,
I grew up where I grew up at.
But
I
it's
wouldn't
the
change
truth.
it for nothing in the world.
But what's the worst hood then?
No. I think no. A worse one where I'm from? No, I mean, that was...
But there was worse right down the road from you. That was worse.
Let's talk about other cities.
I'm saying, let me throw one at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up where you grew up at, or just go 20 minutes down the road and grow up in Lincoln Courts.
I used to be in Lincoln Court.
But I'm saying grow up.
I would not want to stay in Lincoln Court, baby.
I'm saying grow up.
Every day.
I'm saying grow,
I ain't trying
grow up where you grew
up in Lincoln Court.
Or 20 minutes right down and you grow up.
No, I wouldn't want to grow up in Lincoln Court.
All right, then. So, like I said, like your environment might have been like, all right.
That's what I said. Like, there was like not considered a worse one than where I was, like the city the town. The town. I was like, the town. The town that I'm from. I mean, where I grew up at, it was whatever. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world, but no, I wouldn't want to.
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, being from where
I feel like
where I'm from, I'm like, all right, I'm from where I'm from.
I feel like it gave me the tough skin I got.
But literally, go right down on the interstate. Like, I go right down, hop on the interstate, go right. Next thing you know, I'm in Memphis. Like, there's good parts of Memphis, there's bad parts of Memphis.
It's everywhere.
But you know what I'm saying? Certain parts of Memphis, I'd be like, I'll be damned if I had to grow up down there. Some people, they love it. I'd be like, I'll be damn. I've been to the hoods in Memphis. Plethora of them. I'll be damn. You know what I'm saying? Not shitting on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of where you come from. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
you proud of where you come from?
There's good and there's worse. There's always someone that's growing up in a worse environment than you are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might feel like, damn, we ain't got shit, but you got more than someone else got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always kept that in mind.
You know? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, you still blessed.
How we get here?
You're blessed in this.
Of the night. Like, what are you doing in here? We're all poor.
I would hate to
what
have
could you
like
possibly be trying to steal? The ramen noodles in the cabinet? Anyway, Furious gets up and he acts like he's in Fast and the Furious, the way that he shot this revolver. Bro, he put 2 big holes in the door. I'ma keep it 1,000. If anybody had been in front of that door, they was dead. That's 2 hefty ass chunks out of that door. That gun was not playing. He even said that he was aiming.
I ain't gonna hold you. I always remember this. I was like, damn. Just imagine having to replace that damn door. I always think about that in my head, bro. Because, hey, doors ain't cheap.
Hefty ass chunks out of that door. That gun was not playing. He even said that he was aiming for their head. God must have been with him that night. My ongoing theory, though, about this, every time I see this scene in this movie, is that when he found that shoe outside, that the bullet actually did hit the guy. But it was so much force behind it that he disintegrated. And the only thing left behind was one Chuck Taylor tennis shoe. Like, you just disintegrated him. You basically hit him with something out of a mystery box. Furious realizes that the guy got away, got disintegrated. And he calls the cops, who took an hour to get there. What the fuck is that? How you gonna have me and my son out in the cold for an hour? And then you gonna show up and the black cop is, well, he's something that rhymes with the word tune, or loon, or broom, or room, or something that digs in the trash can at night. You don't get your Uncle Tom ass up out of here? Anyways, next day the kids start hanging out, and Doughboy's mom is not shit. I mean, listen to how she's talking to him.
Like your daddy. You don't do shit, and you never gonna amount to shit.
Nigga, I just kept you on the beach.
After Doughboy gets verbally abused by his mom, they decide to leave, and they go to see
the damn
a dead body. which is kind of like a juxtapose to the beginning where they want to go see something, but this time the something is actually there. It's a dead body. Remember earlier when I said that he lived in a pretty bad neighborhood, but this one is very clearly worse? Yeah, they didn't even have a crime scene for this. There's just a dead guy outside. That's that just goes to show you where they're at in the world right now. So they over there admiring this beautiful, beautiful dead body, and these gang members walk up and they ask for the
which again goes back to, like, even though like they took care of that crime scene, they got that joint cleaned up. This neighborhood, nobody even report the body. The body just laying out there getting stanky and funky. It's just like another dead body. But at least in the other neighborhoods, like, at least somebody reported the crime. They came and tried to do something, you know? Like, damn, y'all don't report this motherfucker.
Ball that Ricky has. And obviously they don't want to give the ball to him. But the gang members, they're not trying to hear that. And bro starts bragging about how he could buy 100 balls.
Okay,
first off, my guy, it's the big 2025. He bragging about buying balls? Pause on that. That's the first point. The second off,
hell no, I ain't give you my ball.
You outside with a claw. That's a bird chest for those of y'all that didn't get the reference. Bro got the Toucan Sam chest. Anyways, Ricky reluctantly gives the ball up, and Doughboy keeps talking to him about how he's stupid and he shouldn't have did it. How he's gonna go home and tell his mom. Doughboy, you starting off on the wrong foot now. Both physically because you're fat, but also metaphorically. I know because I'm also a fat. Stepping on your foot the wrong way is dangerous. So Doughboy goes up to the gang members and he tells them to get the ball back. And I'm not gonna lie, they don't give the ball back. They actually beat him up and stomp on him. Now he's holding his arm walking home. Bro got beat up by his brother, but luckily this big ass Mark Henry looking decides to get the ball back to Ricky. Somebody go and get their ass kicked. All right, my fault. I just had to do it one time. I like how this movie has a lot of really good scenes with Trey and his father. Like, this whole movie is basically telling you how important it is to have a support system. Because look how Trey ended up at the end of the movie compared to Doughboy and Ricky. I mean, just, you know what? I'm going to stop right there and we'll revisit this. But this scene right here is really wholesome. His dad's walking through 3 very simple rules. Always look a person in the eye. Never be afraid to ask me for anything. Never steal. And don't respect anyone who doesn't respect you. 3 things that if you follow in life, you'll probably go pretty far with. They have a back and forth conversation about how important it is to use rubbers. He explains to them that any boy can make a baby, but only a man can raise his children. He then goes on to explain to him.
Now that part is facts though. That part is facts. Anybody can lay down and have a child. Anybody. But it takes a real man to raise a child.
Facts.
And a woman, huh?
Facts.
Just because you birthed a baby, don't make you a mother. It's a lot goes behind being a mother. You got to be present.
Facts. What you
both ways though.
Any boy can make a baby, but only a man can raise his children. He then goes on to explain to him that he should never join the army. That when he was 17 and his mom was pregnant with Trey, that when he was 17 and Trey's mom was pregnant with him, all of his friends was out gallivanting, robbing, you know, becoming thugs. I don't know why I said thugs like that, but that's just how I picture white people saying anybody that's a criminal is. They just call us thugs and they think that they're like getting one off on us, but really they sound hella lame. But that's besides the point. I digress. Either way, Trey's dad chose a different life. He went to Vietnam. And instead of getting completely emotionally distressed in the streets by becoming a criminal, he went and got completely emotionally distressed by fighting for America in a war that doesn't care. Hold on, I'm ready to do that. In a war that nobody cares about. In a war for a government that doesn't care about you. 2 sides of the same coin, because either way you're getting emotionally distressed by getting shot at. But this time it's just by people that don't look like you. So I guess it's kind of better, right? Right? Anyways, it's really important that Trey has these moments with his dad, because in this moment, him deciding to go fishing with his dad and having this moment, why'd I say moment so many times? That was really redundant, but you know what? I'm gonna let it slide. Hope you guys do too. But the fact of the matter is, he spent time with his dad, and while he was doing that, his friends, Dookie and Doughboy, were in a store, and they ended up stealing and getting caught. And they go to juvie, which is our very first checkpoint and pivotal transition of the story, because the time skip happens. We are now 7 years in the future. Ricky's grown, has a baby. All the shorties are.
Well, Ricky ain't grown yet, because Ricky was still in high school.
He's still in high school.
He's still in high school, man. He's a teenager.
Big bootylicious bad mother. My bad. I'm sounding like a real gooner right now. I'm sorry. Being a gooner in the big 2025. Who would have thought? But God, damn, the asses is crazy. They don't make shorties like this no more. I mean, I'm lying. They make all the shorties this way. I'm gonna be honest. Literally, BBLs are a thing. And then
that was natural. BBLs nowadays.
That's what he just said.
He's
lying. They make all the shorties this way. I'm gonna be honest. Literally, BBLs are a thing. And the new ones.
What I'm saying is, this is actually natural. I don't buy one on BBL. They want natural. That's what I'm saying. That's a natural thing.
You can't even tell they're BBLs. I'm just saying. Like, you know what? There I go being a gooner again. So Dookie and Doughboy over here, bro, they arguing about who getting hoes. And I'm gonna keep it a band. Editor, play a little bit of this clip. This is too funny.
I get more pussy than you. I heard you be getting that dope head pussy.
You are in for a very, very, very scary surprise. Please stop having sex with dope heads. And Doughboy, I kind of see your side a little bit. Although you don't know what my man doing. He might be getting some hoes. You kind of player hating a little bit. I'm just saying. I don't know what you was doing. You was in juvie for 7 years. I guess Dookie was too. I don't know how y'all case, you know what I'm saying, panned out. So both of y'all could be capping right now. But I'm just saying, yo, you kind of dick washing. Like damn, homie, you the dick detector? All right, my fault. Hold the f up. Is this Cuban Gooding Jr.? You know what? Emphasis on the junior too. This looks like he is 14, bro. God damn. Cuban Gooding Jr. always got that very I'm young, but I'm still an old face. Like, bro is very much clearly a teenager in this movie. He still looks like he's 27 somehow. And I don't know if that's just the format of his face or if God was just having fun when he made him. But either way, I'm just saying. But bro looks kind of funny in the face, and he looks like an old young. He got the Benjamin Button. That's besides the point. So he goes up and greets Doughboy because Doughboy got out of, juvie, jail, whatever the he was in today. And he asked him about how he got so big. And Doughboy just tells him, I was just in there lifting iron and eating. And Trey explains to him that he's working at the Fox Hill Mall and he gets a discount on his clothes. So now he gets to look like Steve Urkel because bro is kind of dressed like he is in Saved by the Bell, but it's still fly a little bit. Like you do look like MC Hammer a little bit, but I'm with it. After this, the women are over there having...
Man, that was the fly shit back in the day, though.
The conversation about how fine Trey is right in front of his girlfriend, which is crazy.
Damn, I ain't know Shireen was a... No. You know who Shireen is?
Tell us.
I'm saying, you know who Shireen is.
And they're over there having a conversation about how fine Trey is right in front of his girlfriend, which is crazy when you think about it, but also not that crazy when you think about where they're at. I mean, these is really in the ratchet. I mean, these is really in Ratchet City. I mean, this is the hood of the hood. Like right after this, Trey goes and saves a crack baby from getting hit by a transformer. I know that you're like, what the f does that mean? But I have no way to prove that this car that was about to hit this crack baby right here is not Bumblebee. I don't know. It could be any one of the Autobots, even a Decepticon. You can't prove that it's not, and neither can I. But I digress. Anyway, Shorty asked if Trey has a girlfriend, and obviously his girlfriend gets hella mad.
Oh, he got a girlfriend. Yes.
Anyways, the food's done, and this is the first time that Trey tries to be a simp in this story. But it's like, Trey, come on, my guy, that you want some cheeks. I get it, bro. I understand. But bro, you just be doing a little too much. Look at this scene right here.
Hey, why don't you act like gentlemen and let these ladies eat first?
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the
fuck? Come on, you trying too hard, but it's okay. So after he saves that crack baby from the street, he takes his dad a plate home. Dad asks him if it's barbecue and it's like, yo, you ain't bring me no swine, right? His dad doesn't eat pork, obviously, damn near Israelite. And bro tells him that it's not, that it's from Brenda. Now his dad says something really funny about Brenda because earlier in the story, Brenda is like Ricky and their mom, by the way. She be having a hot, so furious whole movie. But Shorty, you not about to get...
Didn't they live across the street from each other? Cause Furious said
Yeah.
With Furious, you do too much, you know what I'm saying? And he says that and confirms it here, saying that she would have a chance if she ain't talk as much. That's real, but Shorty talk a lot. Trey asks for a haircut and his dad obliges. That's really cool, having a father-son bonding moment. Like, Dad, let me get a little bit off the fade. But also, you about to lecture me about rubbers and the fact that I'm trying to fuck on stuff. without using them. And I don't really appreciate it, but I'm gonna let you do it anyway because you my dad. So he tells this long, far-fetched story about this shorty, how everybody was macking on her, but she walked up to him because of the whip, talking about, oh, this your car, and he like, yo, you wanna take a ride? She like, no, I drive. And then he hit her with this weird ass, I think he Riz, like, boo, boy, that shit trash. He ends up going to the crib with shorty, banging her while her grandparents are at church, but then her grandma comes home, he somehow jumps out the window on some Sly Cooper. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the story sounded crazy when he told it. Obviously, he was lying to his dad because he's embarrassed to tell his dad he's a virgin, which I don't really understand because who cares? It's your dad. The f is he gonna get mad at you for because you ain't somebody? Type of weird, you know what? But shorty was bad though. He was talking to God. Bam. Her teeth was a little, and her lipstick was bothering me, but that's okay. Her body was banging. His dad's yelling at him though because in this fabricated story, he talks about how he didn't use rubbers, which again, it's very important that Trey has these talks with his dad. Another time we're having a good support system, and most importantly, a father in a black household can matter. A lot of these conversations women don't want to have. They're uncomfortable, but the dad doesn't mind. He tells Trey that the pill that...
Your mama ever have a conversation with your brother?
Yes. Oh, with my brother?
I ain't say with you. I'm talking about with your brother.
Oh, this is what I said with me. No. She didn't have it, no.
Why you think he was fast? Your brother was
He had
fast.
a conversation. I said she didn't have it with him.
Who had a conversation?
His
Your
uncle. His uncle. On his daddy's side.
On his daddy's side. Okay. I better say, what your uncle? I say, I already know how your uncle come from. Man, you get that first.
Well, you know something? Honestly, my uncle just be talking, but he be talking out loud to everybody when he be saying stuff.
For real?
Like,
your uncle would be, know when you first get that first joint, you get that first one. That's how your uncle probably would be, though. You get that first piece of, you know.
He don't talk like that.
He's gonna be deep diving.
He don't talk
with him,
like that.
He would.
No, he don't be talking
with
like
him,
that.
he would, though.
No.
Because even with the other cousin, that's how he would talk.
No.
Because he the young, oh.
But he think he the big unc.
You think he bigger than the other one?
Everybody daddy.
You think he bigger than the older one?
He think he yes.
Nah, not the older one.
Yeah, he do. He respect them. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, he don't try to, like, go above them or nothing like that. He just be trying to, like, I don't know. They just care a lot.
Her uncles, bro, 2 peas in a pod. Like, 2 peas from different pods. Like, literally, they are opposites.
Like night and day.
Like,
that's the best.
Bruh. Thug hood. Nerdy. Nerdy educated. I swear, bro. Am I lying?
It's the oldest and the baby.
But am I lying? Night and day. One, hey, how you doing? What up?
Men don't want to have. They're uncomfortable, but the dad doesn't mind. He tells Trey that the pill that these shorties are telling them they're on isn't going to help him from having his dick fall off. And that's real. They don't protect you from STDs, my guy. Now, after this uncomfortable conversation, Trey goes to pick Ricky up, and they have this whole talk in the car about how Trey's been lying to his dad, and he's really a virgin, and he's afraid to have sex because he doesn't want to be a dad, which is kind of crazy because Ricky is literally a father, and you're saying that to his face. But you know, why do you need enemies when you got friends like these? The more you know. So after this, we get a time compilation, and I'm gonna be real with you. This is another reason why I think that this dude Trey's weird, okay? Bro, kind of a perv. Like, the whole compilation is Ricky working really hard at football, but on the other side is Trey just trying to manipulate his way into his Catholic girlfriend's panties. This needs to be stopped. Someone
and then another thing. She lived next door to Trey.
Did she say right next door?
Or a couple houses down. She stayed in the neighborhood, though.
Yeah, she stayed in the neighborhood.
But she go to a private school. Her house a little better than everybody else on the block.
They kept it up.
But you see the different dynamics of being in the hood?
I mean, it be like that, though.
It do be.
It be like that. Like,
you got parents who be caring in the hood. Then you got cross the street be a motherfucker. Y'all get y'all ass up off my motherfucking porch. Get this.
Like... And that's why it was like, I don't know.
Bro,
I wouldn't change it for none of this world. I wouldn't change it.
But you see how she like? So I'm like, her parents probably got a nice job. They want to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And to his Catholic girlfriend's panties. This needs to be stopped. Someone call the Avengers on him. My God, bro, she don't want to let you. Bro, leave it alone. Go f somebody else.
She hanging out at the
be chasing
parties on the
after
weekend.
everything they can't have. This is what leads to weird ass dudes forcing sex on women, bro. I'm just saying. Not saying Trey's I wasn't trying to call him that. You creating this weird. It's just weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's like you trying to like manipulate your way into the pants. But you know what? It's cool. He even lied to her talking about let's get married. Like, bro, you about to just get married for some cheap. You know what? I ain't. It even got worse when he got on the phone with her. And then his mom calls. He talking about getting some skins. His mom is still on the line. Like, bro, you're down bad. Mom didn't even know that she was going to hear that shit. But she's calling because she wants Trey to come live with her now. They getting a whole argument conversation about it. Where Furious feels like it's up to Trey. Which, I mean, at this point, he's old enough. He kind of can make that decision if he wants to go back with his mom. Like, yeah, I want to spend time with you, but I necessarily don't. But that doesn't necessarily mean I want to live there. All the while this is going on, right. Ricky's recruiter shows up. So Ricky's recruiter, he went and watched him at a football game. He's from USC. He shows up, Doughboy in the gang. They on the porch. They greet him. He goes in and had his conversation with Ricky. And he asks him about his GPA. He tells him it's decent. He needs a 700 on his SATs. But he asks him about his future because not everybody's going to make it to the NFL. This whole conversation about Ricky's future is very important. And something's going to come up very shortly that's going to impact the rest of this story. But I want to take a moment to talk about this moment because I feel like a lot of times when black kids grow up, especially in the past, now there's other options, a lot of different options and avenues for us that have been opened up by other black creators. So we can make money on the internet and it's really cool and I like that and I'm very appreciative. But when I was growing up, it was kind of like either you go to college, you get a mundane regular career, or you play sports. And if you didn't do either one of those, you was trapping. And it's like, same thing here. Ricky is...
Or rapping. Trying to be some type of entertainer. Like that is true though. Like growing up, you know what I'm saying? Your inspiration was either go to college so you can get a career job to get you up out of, so you know what I'm saying, out of the neighborhood. Or you were trying to do some kind of like, trying to rap, trying to sing, or sports, or you damn near gonna be a trapper or working in the damn local neighborhood warehouse or factory. And I was like, I'd be damned if I get a factory damn job, bro. I'm not trying to do that shit for the rest of my life. So shit, I really didn't have no. I'm like, I'm talking like we super old, but like making money on the internet hasn't been a thing that's been around forever. You know what I'm saying? It's still relatively kind of new. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the reason why you got a whole generation that's a little bit before us that don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about like years ahead of us. I'm talking about people that like 5-6 years older than us and they really don't get it. And I'm like, how y'all don't get it? Y'all grew up with the internet just like we did. They were like, yeah, but not like that, you know? I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just like, because, you know, the like younger generation, you know what I'm saying? That's all they know was the internet. Like, true. Even when they got in high school and stuff, like social media was already buzzing. Yeah. We grew up MySpace, you know what I'm saying? MySpace, remember when that was really popping? Seeing the emergence of Facebook, emergence of all these social media. You know what I'm saying? Social media ain't been around forever, bro.
Like we had the without and the with.
Yeah, so, like literally, we had to go home and literally log into Facebook MySpace on the computer and be chatting with each other on MySpace on the computer, not on our phone, but on the computer. Then I remember when you could log on to the phones and you were like, hey, shit, like, you know.
Gifted with a bunch of brains and intelligence. He's gifted with athletic ability. So he can either play football, be an athlete, hopefully go to the league. But if he doesn't go to the NFL, what is he going to do next? That's what the recruiter's asking him. And it's like, obviously, use your scholarship to do something impactful. You can do anything you put your mind to is what and I think that's just a very good topic to touch on in this part of the movie. Like, it's a beautiful movie. I'm gonna keep it a band. Until the very end when his son comes out.
I'm trying to get a little back.
Your little brother's son.
Like, how embarrassing is that? His mama literally walks out after this and says that she knew how he was gonna make it. But you seen how she talks to Doughboy, bro. It just goes to show
So,
how
hold
much
on.
having a supportive.
And you know what they kind of hinted to, kind of a little bit, which is realistic too. It kind of like she can't stand Doughboy daddy, but she likes Ricky's dad. Like Ricky, and so she sees Doughboy father in Doughboy, and she sees Ricky dad in Ricky.
So you can't take it out on a daddy per se. So you take
it
it out on
the
your
son.
child.
And that shit be true though.
That's real though.
It's scary, man.
Aaron can take you, bro. God, I just want y'all to hold on to that because this is all coming to a climax soon. Just look at what happened to Doughboy's life because his mom was not there supporting him. Ricky's mom supported him all through his life, especially with his dreams of football. And look at him now. He's getting a full ride to USC with a chance to potentially go to the league or to use his scholarship to do anything in his life. And Doughboy went to juvie for 7 years and is out now, drinking 40s like somebody's old uncle and shooting at you, bro. I just want y'all to wrap your head around that. And that all stems from his abusive mom. Doughboy mom is not, bro. It's sad because Doughboy really reminds her of the father, bro. And that's why she treats him like that. And it's a sad reality for a lot of kids growing up in the hood, bro. I've seen it 1,000 times. After this, they take their SAT test. Things seem to go well. And Furious goes with Trey and Ricky Compton to show him a sign about him buying houses. He gives him this whole lesson about gentrification and breaks down how crack got.
And look at the reality of it now. Like, they was already telling us, hey, in the future, this gonna happen. Mm-hmm. This is the future, and it's happening. Mm-hmm. And we just like, because honestly, that's the horrible thing. We didn't invest into our own neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So the value, everything went down. Yeah. And now it lacks value. And so anybody with a little amount of money can come buy it up. So more people buy it up, we can boot y'all out and rebuild and make hella money off of it. So you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta value your community, even though you know what I'm saying, it might not be much, but it's yours. Value it and increase the value. Quit decreasing the value. You know what I'm saying? With all the violence and the drugs and like, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine if y'all bought up your own blocks. For real. What would the value be today?
And buying houses. He gives them this whole lesson about gentrification and breaks down how crack got brought in by the white man and how there's a liquor store and gun store in every corner because they want all of us to tear each other apart. This whole point is brought up even more by having the old generation being played by this old ass dude right here that looks like he shouldn't even be outside by himself, and the new generation played by all these gangsters that walk up. Very, very fortunate for the plot that they both happen to just walk up while he's telling this story about gentrification, right? Because the old guy blames it on the new school, and the new school is like, oh, this is just how we are. If somebody's gonna smoke us, we gotta smoke them first. A tale as old as time, or in this instance, as old as this old ass that walked up with the cane. Either way, it's a very powerful lesson that Furious talks to them about, notating that it's very, very important that everything is black owned. Our businesses, our homes, everything around it, especially our land. Bro getting deep on it. Bro going real deep. That's what she said. So they decide to go to this get together after this. Doughboy's sitting there arguing with all of his friends. They're having fun. And here comes Ferris. So Ferris, not to be confused with that big ass circle thing from a fail, not to be confused with that big ass circular thing at a fair, is a blood. And what the Bloods do to Crips? They press him. Not all the time, because there's a lot of gang sets, specifically Bloods and Crips, that actually coexist. The whole West Coast gang life is very different than like how gangs are on the East Coast. It's very much like hoods that beef with other hoods. It's all about territory and money, but in this instance, they're just having them be Bloods and Crips to depict that there's some sort of tension there. But obviously, Doughboy walked up after Ferris bumps into Ricky. And Ferris, actually, reluctantly at least, backs up. Because this man, Doughboy, pulled the swiggity slammy out. Bro got that big ass revolver, boy. You see that? But this is one of the funniest scenes in all the movies, bro. Shorty walked up and says,
"Can we have one night where there ain't no fight, nobody gets shot?"
And then my man Doughboy hit her with the smoothest.
Shut up.
And this man Ferris goes and grabs a Mac 11 from his trunk and just starts spraying it like he put a Grand Theft Auto cheat code in. Everybody's wilding. This man Trey scared. He hop in the car. He talk about, man, I'm about to leave. I'm about to dip off, man. He ends up getting stopped by the same cop that came to his house when he was a kid. Black cop acting like Trey acting tough, put a gun to his throat, talking about how he can end his life right now, blow his head off, and he couldn't do. He had Trey stressing. So he ends up going to his girl house. He starts tripping in there, bro. Like, look how he was crashing out. Bro just breaks down to his girl, man. Says ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Starts crying and telling her that he didn't want to cry in front of a female. All a part of his grand scheme to finally get some cheeks. And if
I ain't gonna hold you, I don't think his he plotted the whole situation as far as like the movie.
Or trying to get
some you know some good. I think, you know what I'm saying, as a young brother in the hood that's battling with like, you know what I'm saying, I don't like this life, but those are like my friends are my family. You know what I'm saying, and it's dangerous in here, and like anybody can lose their life, like you know what I'm saying, and it's just the stress of it all, you know, like growing up in the hood, you know what I'm saying, it's like. It's the stressfulness because not everybody want to be a part of their life, and some become part of their life just because there's no they see no light beyond it. Mm-hmm. But you said what?
I was saying, then on top of having to deal with like the police and stuff like that.
That too, because that was, and then it's the brother man, the one that looks like me presses me harder than the white man. So it's like, damn, bro, like this shit, like it's a confusing world. Mm-hmm. And then he's, you know what I'm saying, teenager, stress from even that. Then my mom wanted me to relocate. Yeah, that's why I think. And then she felt sorry for him, so she gave him some punani. Stress reliever.
He came in there, started crying, holding on to his girl and having this vulnerable moment. The whole time this was just trying to get the pants. And he actually got the pants. And you know what? I ain't even mad, bro. Because, you know, I mean, it is what it is, bro. If you put in that much dedication into some doonies, I mean, you weird as shit for manipulating the doonies, but I'm not about to judge you. But, you know, I could be wrong. Maybe Trey really had a vulnerable moment here. He probably was just folding under the pressure of society and everything that everyone's putting on him. You know, the pressure of being a young black man in the hood where you got to be super tough all the time. And finally, somebody puts a gun to your throat and humbles you in that moment. And you realize, you know what? Maybe I don't need to be tough. Because I could have just had my throat removed by this big ass gun that's on it. Anyways, they finally have sex. This finally isn't a version anymore. Blow the streamers. Yay! Trey got some pussy. So Furious goes to meet his baby mama a day after this. She ends up talking heavy to him about how he's not special and how he raised his son, but women do that all the time. Crazy how she's taking away the credit from him, but you know, it is what it is. So Doughboy on the porch, and Ferris is trying to scare him.
Ain't this foreshadowing than a month? This foreshadowing than a motherfucker. I just put two and two together. These motherfuckers turn around and make an iconic ass movie. What's love got to do with it? That's crazy, ain't it? 91, then 93. They back at it and made such an iconic ass film. Wow. I'm just not putting those two together. That's crazy.
But you know, it is what it is. So Doughboy on the porch, and Ferris is trying to scare him. He riding around, being all stupid and mysterious. And Ricky ends up going to the store. His girlfriend sends him there to get something so she can cook for him. Him and Doughboy end up arguing outside. They fight. The mom breaks it up and slaps Doughboy in the mouth, which is crazy, by the way. But Ricky and Trey go to the
and he tell the mama you care more about him than and mama don't really want to hear that, even though it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She dismissive, and he really don't know how to deal with his emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because again, young black brothers growing up in the hood, they ain't taught how to deal with their emotions. They just deal. They just go with the flow. It is what it is, type of situation, and just And I think if his head was on a swivel, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't distracted, I don't think he would have played out like that. Because he would have been more alert.
Store, and Ricky's telling him how he wants to join the army, which is really stupid. Like, bro, just go play football, my guy. But in the middle of them doing the scratch off, Ferris pulls up again. So they end up running off and they split off. And this is the infamous Ricky scene. Please strap in.
Do you split up though?
I wouldn't have.
I don't think, like, I know like people like split up, like never split up, bro. Never split up.
Yeah.
2 hairs better than 1. You know?
Prepare yourself for one of the saddest deaths that I've seen in a hood
When I
classic.
said the
Because
saddest.
this says, Ricky! And then this happens. Yep, Ricky gets shot and he dies right before he's about to go off to college. Obviously, everybody's crying. They take him home. His girl's crying. His mom's tripping out, blaming Doughboy for it. You knew that was going to happen. But honestly, it's your fault. Because if you raised Doughboy better and you treated him right.
Honestly, it ain't even Doughboy's fault. It ain't Ricky or Doughboy's fault. It's being raised in, it's being part of your environment, bro. Like, you know how, like, it's so tragic because you can be an innocent victim just being from the wrong neighborhood, bro. Like, you ain't got to bang. You know what I'm saying? Some people literally, I'm raised up in this neighborhood just due to mom's financial situation, right? Mm-hmm. I got homies in the hood because I grew up in this environment. Those are my friends. Because we've been in the neighborhood together, I got to play with somebody. And then we grow up and we develop this brotherhood. Mm-hmm. But they might bang. I don't bang, though. They respect it. Like, hey, he trying to do something with his life. Mm-hmm. We ain't going to take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? That's still like our brother. Mm-hmm. But just because y'all see me with him, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still want to, you know, hating ass bitches.
And you treated him right like you did to Ricky, he wouldn't have been a gangbanger. He probably would have found something else to be good at in life. And he wouldn't even have been beefing or been in any altercations with other gang members, which led to Ricky's untimely death. You should have been a better mom. How about that one? So his dad pulls up and Trey's losing his mind. He's in the house loading the gun up like he's about to go do something. We all know that you're a Trey. You're not about to do. You even snuck out of the window after your dad gets the gun from you just to tell Doughboy to let you out of the car. Nigga, you're soft. We all know it. We all seen it.
Trey!
You see what happens when you got a father, though? Because if Trey's father in this moment didn't hug him and tell him that he loves him, he might not have went in this car thinking about it the entire time and then made the conscious decision to get out of the car. Without a dad, he wouldn't have had any guidance. This probably would have just went and ended up shooting at this too, leading to him going to prison, or worse, ended up dead because they found Ferris, bro. And this is what happened to him. Play the clip of them just shooting him and then on top of that, Doughboy walks up to him execution style, puts 2 or 3 in this, bro, smokes his ass, which eventually leads to more tragedy, but we're not there yet. Doughboy goes to have a conversation with Trey after this, and he has a very, very introspective ass thought about how everything in his life kind of starts with the fact that his mom really cared about Ricky more than him. That's the whole point that I've been talking about and trying to make. This movie is just talking about obviously violence amongst black individuals, against black individuals in these minority driven hoods, bro. These urban areas, bro. It also talks about the black household and how having supportive parents, mother and father, can lead to an entirely different life. I mean,
you think that'd be like sometimes the problem with like people in the hood is just jealousy? Jealous and thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because I do think sometimes like people be like, man, you got your mama and daddy in the house with you. You think you better than us, huh? Or your father in the house with you. You think you better than us. And it's like, I ain't thinking I'm better than y'all. Like, y'all putting that, you know what I'm saying, on me. I ain't putting that on, you know? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or your mom got this type of job. My mom ain't got that type of job, so...
You're always comparing.
Thinking, trying to compare, like thinking the grass.
Thinking somebody, got it better than you. But you on the outside looking in, not even knowing what's going on in the household.
Not knowing they struggling the same way you struggling, bro. Yeah. I do think sometimes jealousy be the root to some things too, though. Mm. But you know what I'm saying? Who are what you got down there? It's like smearing. Girl, my head. See.
What is that?
Why you doing all this?
How did it get there?
Oh no, it look like ink or something.
It's from the pen, the blue ink.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Having supportive parents, mother and father, can lead to an entirely different life. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, Trey's dad talks about how much him being in his life is going to impact him, and it's all come to fruition. Doughboy tells Trey that it's cool that he didn't go with them in the car. He didn't want what was going to happen to haunt him for the rest of his life. He talks about how he looked on the news and they're talking about all of these foreign ass situations. Like all of these situations are happening in foreign countries, war-torn countries, but they don't talk about the hood or anything else. He says this quote, bro, and it hit me. He says either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. And that's a fact. All of that foreign and nothing about my brother. They play nothing about Ricky, but they talking about what's going on in Afghanistan and Vietnam and all these other places. Like, but what about what's happening at home? Doughboy goes and keeps venting about how he doesn't have a brother or a mother that loves him anymore, that she only cared about Ricky, that they might try smoking him next. And it doesn't matter because we all gotta go sometime. And I love that they ended this scene with Trey telling Doughboy that you still got one brother left. He walks away, he pours the 40 out for his brother, and then it gives us the very sad news that the next day, Doughboy buried his brother, and 2 weeks after that, Doughboy was killed. This is Boyz in the Hood. And if y'all didn't remember it, I hope you do now.
Which is things that we see today, man. I've seen where people, you know what I'm saying, retaliation. Oh, that shit really happened back home. Remember, I've told you about those situations where literally, like these two dudes I grew up with, one dead in jail, one in jail for life for murder. Literally, they came and shot at his brother. His brother got shot. One brother, he go retaliate. He murdered somebody that didn't have nothing to even do with it. But he go murder him down. He go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now he fight his case. His brother's still alive. But they come back and do his brother 10 times worse. The brother that was originally shot and killed him. And now you can't. Now you really can't retaliate. You can't do nothing about it. You just got to see him and get that call that your brother did. So I've seen things like that. You know what I'm saying? Happen. You know?
Yeah.
And I've seen the turmoil after the fact of all that. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody wins.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's real.
But y'all spend us up, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go over the name DJ New Kid. This is
Tierra Nicole.
We are.
We
out.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.